Go. Okay, comrades, I'm going to go into detail on the new Almaz collection from Vostok-Europe. Almaz means diamond in Russian. It's based on their early space station program, which was the precursor really to all of the space stations, including the International Space Station today. This collection is going to have multiple executions. It's going to have stainless steel. As far as casework goes, we've got 3 executions: stainless steel, titanium, and for the first time in the history of Vostok-Europe, we've got a bronze, an all bronze case, except for the case back, which I'll explain why in just a minute. So we've got 3 case executions. Now, of course, in the stainless steel, as Vostok-Europe typically does, we're going to have different plating options. We're going to have the rose gold plated, we're going to have the black, of course with the traditional black and red that Vostok-Europe does. So we're going to have the black plating, the rose plating, and the standard matte stainless steel. Then we're going to have the bronze cases. Now this is actually stainless steel with the plating of the rose gold. These here are 2 bronze cases that are going to be produced, and that is all completely bronze case, again except for the case back. And then titanium. And this is the first time Vostok-Europe's ever done the titanium where they actually plated the titanium, which is a fairly expensive process for plating the titanium. And in that particular case, it's going to be the new edition of the Jurgis Karas watch. If you're familiar with Jurgis Karas, he is the brand ambassador for Vostok-Europe. He's a pilot's pilot, one of the greatest aerobatic pilots in the world. You probably picked up one of the ones that was based on the Expedition North Pole case. Now it's going to come out in the Almaz in the titanium and plated. And then we've got 2 of the standard titaniums. Now, as far as movements, the executions are there's only 2 executions of movements in the Almaz collection at this point. We have the NH-35, which all of these are going to have the exhibition case back on the NH-35. So everybody can see that automatic mechanical movement. But even with the exhibition case back, these are still all 200-meter water resistant. So this is a professional dive quality watch. Every single execution, including the bronze and titanium, are 200-meter water resistant cases. And then we have the 6S11, which is the Miyota. Fantastic movement. Everything in the 6S collection of movements from Miyota is just a top quality movement. And here's why. Well, first of all, you don't see too many people doing the vertical execution anymore, where you have the bicomplex with both of them stacked on top. So that gives us a different look already than what you're usually seeing with either the bicomplex in the horizontal or the tricomplex with the one at the bottom. So you've got a different look and feel for that alone. The 6S, this is the 6S11, is the 6S series. The beautiful thing about these movements is they have mechanical quality movement in a quartz chronograph watch, because you'll notice that the hands sweep more like a mechanical than a typical tick of a quartz, and that's because this movement actually has mechanical parts in it. It comes with a 4-year battery. This is a top quality movement. This movement allows for the largest subdials that you can produce on the market. So that's part of why Igor and Vostok-Europe have gone with this movement, because it matches the larger size watches they're doing. This one is a 47 millimeter. Every execution is a 47 millimeter. I don't know the exact amount here, but I'm looking at, I think, a 16 to 18 millimeter thick on this watch. Then the other execution is, well, that's it for the movements. So every one of the case executions is going to have an NH-35 execution, and is going to have the 6S11. I keep wanting to say, I'm used to the 21 and the 30, so this is the 6S11 execution with the vertical pushers. A couple of other things to note. I want you guys to understand, these are going to be in the $400 to $600 range, and part of the reason is because the casework on this watch is phenomenal. When you get this home on the wrist, I'm going to challenge you guys to find better casework than this. One of the things that Igor was explaining to me, which I actually wasn't familiar with, is when you have titanium on titanium, where you have 2 pieces of titanium moving against each other like you do in a rotating bezel, it has a very high friction point compared to stainless steel or other metals. Because of that, they had to go with a really high-end case build on this watch to get that, to be able to get that tight click. It's super tight between the clicks. Usually when you're building a titanium watch with the rotating bezel, you're actually going to have fewer clicks per rotation because you got to have a little more play between the two click positions because of that friction. But because of the quality of case construction that Vostok-Europe went with this, you're able to get that tight click rotation that everybody likes so much on the rotating bezel. Now, they did that for the titanium case, but of course, because they were building multiple executions, you're getting that same level of quality and clicks on every execution in the collection. So I'm going to real quick show you the dies. You've got the titanium with that steel gray on the bicomplex 6S11 execution. You got the same similar steel gray with some orange accents with the NH35. The 6S11 on the Urgus, the vertical complex, plated titanium. The bronze comes with this beautiful green. Got to try to get that in there. There you go. That beautiful green on the bronze with the NH35 with the exhibition. Now I wanted to point out, as we were talking about earlier, you'll notice that the case back is stainless steel, not bronze. That's done on purpose. That's not to save money. That's not because they would not prefer to have a bronze case where every element of the case is bronze. It's because of the way bronze and bronze would interact with one another on the spinning of the removable case back. Eventually you would get to where you would not even be able to remove the case back because they would lock together over time. So in order to make sure you're still going to be able to get to the mechanism and remove the case back, you have to put stainless steel on the bronze. So you've got the green. As I understand from Igor, this subdial is going to actually end up being a slightly different color. These are all prototypes we're looking at here. But you've got this execution with the multiple colors, and this is in the bronze. On the stainless steel, we have the green with the 6S11. We've got the rose with the blue. I love that rose and blue combination. Okay. Then we've got black PVD stainless with the NH35. Bicomplex with the traditional. They always do one with the black and red because that's their corporate colors. That's the colors of Vostok-Europe. We've got the rose with the standard black, and then we have the black with stainless. So those are all of your executions. Now I want to tell you about one other thing on this piece. The straps on this watch are phenomenal. They went out and these are pre-worn, so to speak. That's the wrong way to put it. They made them vintage right out of the box. It's this thick. Look how thick that strap is. As we were talking about earlier, this strap will require no break-in period. You're going to put this on the wrist, and it's going to be supple, smooth, and soft from the minute you put it on. And it's that pre-aged look, which I really like that. So it gives you that vintage feel right out of the box. And then this watch will come with the dry box that you're used to from Vostok-Europe, and then multiple strap options. So that's the Almaz Spaceport from Vostok-Europe coming the summer of 2015. I'm Craig Hester here at Basel World 2015. Keep watching.